I've always wanted to canter onto a stage. I've crossed that off my bucket list now. It's good to see you, and maybe people are hearing me beyond the stage here. We have lots of space. You can come over here and watch. And people can click in on the streaming. We have a small discussion round. I'm going to introduce our guest is the owner of the company Barnes and Brands. This connects all sorts of equine professionals, provides them with a big network that they can use for their own assistance. Sometimes we have the feeling as horse people that we're doing everything alone, so it's much nicer when we have that network. So I'd like to welcome onto the stage Martina Vogt. And with her from Klubtalent GmbH, Marthe-Victoria Lorenz. And from the Driving and Riding Club, Reit und Fahrverein Fürstenau, Doris Bregen-Meiners. Hello, everyone.
Mit mir heute sind hier
Here with me are Marthe-Victoria Lorenz from Klubtalent in Berlin. Thank you for coming. And Doris Bregen-Meiners, CEO of the Riding and Driving Club, Reit und Fahrverein Fürstenau. That's in Lower Saxony. This Barnes and Brands is a platform that provides a network for equine professionals. I mean, people who work with horses professionally, trainings, farriers, stable owners, all equine healthcare professionals, veterinarians. It's important to have a dialogue between us, that we as companies, otherwise there is no other opportunity for this professional group to network. So Klubtalent is not involved directly with the equine industry. So this isn't about. It's a company that is not involved with horses. It's good that you're here. Marthe, tell us a little bit about Klubtalent. Why did you found this? I founded Klubtalent. The question for me was what would you do if money was no option? And my answer was that I would work for my club, for youths and children. I come from basketball, so it's not always possible because people aren't paid to work with children and youths in basketball clubs. So my aim was to make basketball clubs more professional, to organize the volunteers. Sometimes it's hard to find volunteers to do the work. To try to make club life more attractive, because we need the next generation to come in and work if we want clubs to exist in the future. So, Doris, tell us about your riding club. Well, first, I'd like to say I'm happy to be here with you all. Riding clubs create contact for children and with horses. Riding clubs provide fulfill a societal need. We give children exercise. We promote responsibility. We help children to and riders to do something that they're passionate about.
Wie in allen anderen Vereinen auch, ist es bei uns oder bei jedem Verein so, dass es schwierig Leute fürs Ehrenamt.
In many clubs like ours, it's hard to find volunteers to get interested. And so you have to think about the future and whether we're going to have people to take those positions. Tell us specifically what you do and how many hours are there in your day. I'd rather not say. My husband will be worried if I tell you exactly how many hours I work. So we have many cooperative projects with kindergartens, with youth work. We have a very, very large volunteer project.
Schulen und Kindergärten direkt uns herum sind, aber was wichtig ist einfach, wir haben ungefähr 270.
We work with the schools and kindergartens, but we have over 70 volunteer members who helped us. So we're quite large.
Die Halle abschließen und dann nach Hause gehen,
Riding friends aren't clubs that just lock the doors at 6 p.m. Someone has to be there in the evenings, someone has to be there on the weekends, the horses need care. Someone's got to do this. All of us on the board have full-time jobs elsewhere.
Bestimmt 20 bis 30 Stunden, die ich noch extra mache.
I probably dedicate 20 to 30 hours a week to the club beyond my normal work. So that's how it looks like, and that's what we hope that it can be doable for them. How many horses do you have? 270 members. We have 15 school horses and ponies. We have vaulting horses. We have horses to cover every age group. We're starting into therapeutic riding. That all costs a lot of money, of course. It would be great if it didn't cost anything. The value of the club, to present this value is what I find very important and good.
Du hast eben gesagt, dass ihr an eure Grenzen stoßt.
Ja.
Wie sieht das konkret aus und was würdest du gerne tun, wenn ihr diese Grenzen nicht hättet?
Also ich würde gerne hauptamtliche Trainer einstellen, weil Ehrenamt ist beschränkt auf die Zeiten, wenn Leute wie ich und auch meine Jugendlichen und meine jungen Trainer eben nicht arbeiten gehen. Die verdienen ihr Geld überall woanders. Also sie gehen ihren Berufen nach, sie sind im Studium. Das heißt, sie können frühestens abends ab 15:30 Uhr, 16:30 Uhr, wenn es gut läuft. Kinder wollen aber ab 2 im Nachmittagsbereich was machen. Wir haben den Vormittagsbereich für die Kindergärten. Da möchte ich auch gerne qualifizierte Leute haben. Und da muss man übers Hauptamt gehen, aber das ist natürlich ein riesen Fixkostenblock. Da hat jeder Verein ein bisschen Respekt auch, diese Verpflichtungen einzugehen. Und wir erhoffen uns durch die Kooperation mit Klubtalent, uns jetzt nochmal anders aufzustellen, auch neuen Input zu bekommen, wie wir Strukturen verändern können, professionalisieren können im organisatorischen Bereich und dann auch den Mut haben, solche Schritte zu gehen, einfach dieses System gesund dann eben auch im professionellen Bereich wachsen zu lassen.
Marthe, you told us that you rode as a child and then you stopped when you were a little bit older. Where do you see the parallels between the club and between a basketball club and a riding club, structurally speaking?
Wir sind seit 1,5 Jahren jetzt mit unserem Coaching-Programm unterwegs und betreuen dort Vereine, vor allen Dingen in der Organisationsentwicklung.
So we're developing what we do is we develop organization within clubs. They all have the same problems. They don't have enough personnel, they don't have enough time, they don't have enough money.
Ganze noch am Laufen bleibt. Sie haben einfach nicht die Rahmenbedingungen, manchmal auch nicht das Wissen.
They don't have the framework, and sometimes they don't have the knowledge to improve this.
Wir arbeiten auch viel mit Lehrern, Handwerkern,
We work a lot with teachers,
ihre Leidenschaft ausleben, aber dann natürlich
tradesmen who don't have business skills.
haben, ist es eigentlich fast egal, ob es dann ein Fußballverein
It
ist.
doesn't really matter whether it's a football club or a riding club. These framework conditions are current for all of them. They have a loss of volunteers.
Oder auch Infrastruktur.
They have infrastructural problems, whether you have space.
Und das sind einfach die Probleme, die alle nachts manchmal nicht schlafen.
Everyone has this problem.
Wir dann eben die Lösung bieten, indem
And we want to offer solutions
in die Vereine implementieren.
by implementing knowledge, business knowledge into the clubs.
Die Zeit, dieses Wissen auch umzusetzen, weil das ist ja auch
The time that's needed to implement this knowledge, you can only do so much.
strategisch arbeiten möchte oder den Verein selbst weiterentwickeln möchte, dann braucht man noch ein bisschen mehr Zeit einfach.
So
Das
you need a little bit more time.
haben wir jetzt auch schon häufig mit Vereinen gemacht, dass wir das mit Hauptamt dann schaffen, also dass eine hauptamtliche Stelle als Kernfundament diese Dinge dann mitbringen kann.
Wir hatten eben noch im Vorfeld einmal kurz gesprochen, ich möchte die Zahlen richtig
I'd like to give the numbers correctly, so I'm going to read them. Numbers from FN 2017 to 2020, over 200 riders fewer than we had in 2017.
Ich weiß nicht, ob du die Zahlen gerade aus
I don't know if you have these or whether this is a surprise for you. How can you help these clubs specifically?
Zu den Zahlen, ich weiß also Sport im Allgemeinen, dass
As far as the numbers, I know that there are 3,500 fewer clubs than there were, and probably a million fewer volunteers. A lot of this has to do with COVID.
genau, also da gibt es definitiv eher eine negative Tendenz.
We see this negative tendency.
Begleiten als Coaches,
We
also wir haben hier
accompany a club for 12 months as coaches.
hat eigentlich niemand, der
Everyone has a coach or a trainer, but there's usually no one who follows the director. So we look at time management. Where do you spend your time? Where can things be more productive?
starten wir Rekrutierungsmaßnahmen, das
And
heißt,
then we launch recruiting measures. What can you do to get more people?
Entlastung haben und auch die notwendige Zeit haben, um dann strategisch arbeiten zu können. Das heißt, wir holen die Leute, die
So we bring the people in,
mitzugestalten, mitzuwirken, um dann das Team auszubauen.
and then to build on the team. And then we start financial measures.
Beruflichkeit muss finanziert werden. In den meisten
It's
Fällen müssen wir den Haushalt um 5- bis 6-stellige Summen erhöhen.
a lot of times we have to raise their budgets by 5 or 6
Damit das möglich wird. Das schaffen wir auch
figure
sehr häufig.
sums because they need more money to do this more. So we start crowdfunding.
Vielleicht gibt es Geschäftsmodelle, die man noch
Sometimes there are business models that we can build for them.
und dann im letzten Schritt das zu
And at the last step,
Hauptamtlichkeit im Verein einzuführen. Das begleiten wir dann auch. Wir begleiten auch die Einarbeitung dieser Person.
then we
Das Hauptamt, was machen weiterhin die Ehrenamtlichen? Wie gibt es da
accompany the professionals who are working for the club and how then they can assist the volunteers. And in the best case, we have a club that is structurally sustainable and financially sustainable.
Unternehmensberatung für Reitvereine.
Richtig, also das kann man schon so
So, yeah, we are a business consulting club for clubs. We look at everything. We look at the numbers. We look at the decisions that they make. Often, these are fateful decisions that they've made. We want to help them make the right decisions.
Da sind wir vielleicht, um das auch nochmal zu erwähnen, das
And
heißt,
I'd also like to mention that
dabei, das heißt mehrere Stunden
we're also involved with digital measures.
Wir haben auch sämtliche Prozesse auch schon da. Also es gibt
We have lots of processes. We have a modular system through which the processes run.
eine Vorlage schon gibt, ein Fundament
So
gibt.
there is a template that the people can use from the riding vereins to help them to be working better in the future. So you have a systematic process to help improve the clubs. Yes, one step after the other. We've done this with many other clubs. We know the ways that we can make it work best for them. What must a riding club bring to this process that this will all work? They have to be willing.
Der kleinste Verein bei uns, mit dem wir gearbeitet haben, hatte
The-
20.000 Euro Jahreshaushalt mit 90 Mitgliedern. Also wirklich sehr, sehr klein, aber die haben einfach diesen Willen. Und das ist für uns auch, also wir
Even the smallest clubs with whom we've worked, they have the will.
mit denen arbeiten möchten, die es auch wirklich wollen.
We really only want to work with people who want to do this, who are ready to try something new. And I have to say, they can't keep doing the same thing that they've always done because they'll always have the same results, and then you'll keep having negative tendencies. So if you want something new, you have to do something new.
Und das ist sozusagen dieser Wille zum Investieren.
You have to be willing to invest your time and energy and money.
Wir haben uns über Klubtalent
So
kennengelernt.
Doris, we met each other over Klubtalent. Can you tell us how you found Klubtalent? In Lower Saxony, I'm also involved in the umbrella organization from. It has a connection with a foundation with whom we work.
Und über den Newsletter bin ich auf Klubtalent aufmerksam geworden.
And through their newsletter, I learned about Klubtalent, and I was curious about what this was. We noticed for a while now that we're at our limits,
Schulen über den Ganztag
and
und so weiter. Und das war jetzt für uns ein willkommener Anlass, uns die Expertise
so this was a welcome opportunity for us to the impulse that
wir werden ein Jahr lang begleitet. Es gibt
the
eine
impulse that we got to actually do this was the fact that we were going to be assisted and supported for 12 months.
Sie können sich innerhalb dieser Struktur auch frei bewegen. Man ist also nicht wieder
So-
die klassische Vorstandssitzung oder Teamsitzung daran gebunden, zu welchen Zeiten ist wann wer wo. Wir haben viele Jugendliche, die im Studium sind.
We have our organization is not so classically structured where everybody has to know where everyone is at any time. So we have lots of youth involved in our club. We have to be more flexible. So we're really hoping that this is a big opportunity that we can change the framework, that can give us some help and support.
Coaching macht, sondern das
And it's not a company that makes business coaching for us, but it gives us club coaching. That is, for us, we have different needs, and
ich glaube auch, das wird bei euch gut in der
yeah, we have different needs than other companies. So we think we can really benefit from this. So I'm very optimistic about this.
Vorstand eine schwierige Entscheidung, weil in dem Moment, wo man ja eigentlich nicht genug Ehrenamt hat und nicht genug Zeit
So
hat, um das Alltagsgeschäft
if you don't have enough volunteers, you don't have enough time for. Was this a hard decision for you?
erstmal wieder Bauchschmerzen verursacht, weil man wieder mehr Zeit
Yes.
deswegen, wir sind jetzt in den
I had, yeah.
dass wir überlegen,
It was hard. I knew that we would have to invest
vielleicht
a lot to do this. I had to ask I wanted to know what kind of expertise we could expect. We needed help by sales, recruitment.
Die wir erbringen. Als wir uns unterhalten haben, hast du gesagt, ja Wahnsinn, was ihr alles macht. Ich sage, wir haben nur keine
Then
Zeit.
we heard that and thought, wow, what they can do. These are the things that we don't have time for.
Social Media tauglich zu machen.
And then to be on social media or to work on the homepage, well, I'd rather be on my horse or with my children. I have other things I need to do.
Das ist so jetzt auch in der Vorstandsarbeit. Wir werden uns jetzt sammeln und dann gucken, wie viele Leute
So
brauchen wir wirklich, wen können wir ansprechen.
it was good for me to sit down and decide how many people do we need. And we're really looking forward to the process.
Du hast gerade das Stichwort Kinder genannt.
You mentioned children. Why are children and riding clubs so important for trade shows like Spoga Horse? Well, we have 270 members, and many of them are under 20 years old. Our numbers stayed stable through COVID. We have a long waiting list for children to ride ponies.
Ich sehe das über die Kooperation mit den Kindergärten.
I see that the cooperation with kindergartens and the children who want to come into this and to start riding. If I didn't have children 10 and under, we might not be existing today. So when I'm looking for volunteers, I really have to have a focus on people who work with children 10 and under. And as far as the educational direction, every child should and does have then the opportunity to learn and to ride, no matter how much money their parents earn. We've developed teaching courses for vaulting, for dressage. I would hope that other clubs can benefit from this. And so when you find a platform where you can talk about this and talk about what's being done and how you can help each other and connect with one another, then I think that helps us all.
Arbeit, Marthe, muss ja entlohnt werden von irgendwem. Es ist so, dass das Coaching-Programm von Klubtalent ist ja gestaffelt.
So the coaching program from Klubtalent is tiered. I thought this was easy to finance a coaching program for a club, but you've told me otherwise.
Vereinsmitglied vielleicht 2,50 € noch mitnimmt.
It's easy when everyone brings in €2.50. Well, this is a very sensitive topic, dues, paying dues, membership fees. There are active members and then there are more passive members who have paid passively. As long as nobody bothers them, they keep paying their dues. But then when I start tightening the screws, these are the first people who will then say, okay, then I won't anymore. And then there's the other people that come to all of the events. They love seeing that children and horses are doing something together. So simply to say, I need 10 or 20 euros more from them, that's difficult.
Vielleicht auch über andere Wege dann generieren kann. Und wir sind froh, dass wir die Leute
We're happy that we have the Sport Foundation and that we have funding from our county. And there are other institutions that could take us on.
Beispiel Unternehmen oder Aussteller der Spogerhaus.
Zum Beispiel.
Ja, genau. Was wünschst du dir, ich sag mal, für den Vereinssport in den nächsten 5, 10 Jahren? Und was glaubst du, ist auch notwendig?
What do you see for equestrian sport in the next 10 years? What,
Ja, einfach Nachwuchsprobleme
how do we deal with this problem of bringing in new talent?
Aber auf was für Probleme müssen wir uns
What-
eigentlich einstellen, wenn diese Abwärtstendenz so weitergeht und was wünschst du dir?
What can we do to stop this tendency?
Ja, eine größere Reputation auch für die Vereine, also dass
I would hope for a larger representation for the clubs,
sowohl von Unternehmen auch
for both
Produkte an diese Zielgruppen auch
from
verkaufen,
businesses,
Politik und Gesellschaft, die den Wert einfach des Pferdes für
that-
Kinder, für Menschen, für
that
soziale Entwicklung auch erkennen.
society and business understands the societal value of children with to be working with horses. After COVID,
Und zwar nicht nur für die Kinder bei uns im Verein,
we had a large program, not just for the children, but all of the children could come to our stable. They didn't have to pay anything. It was funded by the local government.
Trainer, unsere
Our
Übungsleiter,
trainers,
und die Kinder, die so
our training assistants, our children members helped. We've had vaulting days, events with ponies. It's really, really impressive what they did.
dafür
And
zu
the
entlohnen, diese Zeit zu machen. Also sie sind nicht reich geworden, aber sie haben ein kleines Taschengeld dafür bekommen. Und ich glaube,
And the young people that helped us, well, they didn't get rich from this, but they did get a little bit of pocket money. And so it's something that they will simply do again. And so we feel like we've brought them in on board with us. The societal dimensions of working with Hort, the emotional aspects, responsibility, trust, to be able to lead. These are important aspects of riding.
für die Vereine nutzbar machen, dass wir
We have to make that useful to the clubs so that we can get resources.
Und wenn ich Jugendliche sehe, die jetzt 15, 16 sind, das
When I see 15, 16-year-olds, life has become more expensive. They all have jobs. And for them to then work for 10 hours a week and get €2 for that is not attractive to them. So we try to make it that they feel like they're getting something out of it, even if it's not money.
Ich würde noch mal kurz gerne das Thema Bildungseinrichtungen
I'd like to talk about pay, compensation.
bei dir. Siehst du eine Möglichkeit, wie man das Thema vielleicht noch näher an die Vereine bringen kann?
kurze Wege sind natürlich immer wichtig.
Well,
Das heißt, die Vereine vor Ort müssen eingebunden sein. Man braucht Schulpferde, oder mit Schulen zu kooperieren.
so as far as cooperating with schools, you need to have the school horses to be able to to offer programs during the school period. We've used with the local government, we've been able to create initiatives to qualify trainers, teachers, not to do competitive sport, but to introduce school children to the sports.
Dass wir einfach versuchen, das über die Schulen und die Vereine
We'd like to
wieder breiter ins Land zu bringen. Aber auch das muss sich wieder vernetzen und das
keep
ist
doing this over the schools. Sometimes it's difficult because then you have to be able to afford that.
wichtig ist. Also ich glaube, ohne die
I think that
bekommt man die Breitenwirkung nicht hin. Und wir merken das extrem, dass wir über unsere
we
Projekte unheimlich Zulauf haben für die Vereinsangebote auch. Und dafür sind wir auch sehr
so
dankbar.
this has given us an opportunity to work start connections with funding, and we're very happy about that. So I'm that Barnet has won Klubtalent as one of their first cooperative partners. Maybe we'll find ways to support each other. If there are riders here, you can register by us at barnetplus.com. We can provide more information about how this coaching program looks. So thank you.